Alright YouTube and Fallout community, so about a month ago we did a video about whether or not the repair system should return in the next Fallout, be it Fallout 5, Fallout New Orleans, Fallout New Vegas 2, whatever you guys want to call it. Anyways, so I thought we'd do a video about whether or not the karma system should return in the next Fallout. Now obviously the karma system wasn't super impactful on your game. It really didn't do a whole lot, and I understand that. That's kind of what this video is about, more so if they were to bring it back, a couple of ways in which they could make it where it actually has an impact on your playthrough. Off the top of my head, the only real thing I can think of is from like Fallout 3 and like New Vegas, if you weren't good enough or evil enough, certain companions wouldn't join you. They wouldn't become your companion, they wouldn't follow you around and help you, do your exploration. That's the only thing I can really think of that had an impact on, honestly. There might have been a few quests or something that you need to be good or evil on. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head because, those Fallout, they're such huge games, it's hard to remember every little thing about them. So we made a video a little while back about the bad additions to the series that Fallout 4 introduced, and one of them that I mentioned was the lack of a karma system, and I threw out a way that they could improve it. And the way I mentioned in that video was like, say that you're a really evil character, maybe the stores will give you better prices because they're intimidated by you, they're scared of you, and if you are like really, really good and like a not so evil character, they'll probably give you higher prices because you're kind of a pushover, you're too good. And I mean, you can flip that either way. Maybe if you're a really good character, they give you better prices for that reason. And if you're an evil character, they kind of don't like you coming to the store, so they give you really high prices. It could go either way on that one. One of the ways they can improve the karma system is with your enemy encounters, maybe even your random encounters, whatever you want to call it. Where, like, say you're a really evil character, because you're going around killing things and just taking whatever you want, maybe you start running into harder enemies. Maybe now you might find a Deathclaw outside of Megaton, as an example, of course. At the beginning of the game, you shouldn't be seeing Deathclaw in that area, but maybe because you're going around and killing everybody, you start having worse encounters. You start finding enemies where you shouldn't normally find them, and you're kind of underleveled. Maybe bring in, like, the rubber band system from Fallout 4, but bring those high-level enemies to the lower-level areas just to fuck with you. Now, we already kind of seen something like this with Fallout 3, whereas, like, if you were a really, really bad character, then the regulators would come and attack you. They'd just be kind of a random encounter, and I think they're set to certain areas, but all the same, they're pretty much all over the map, and they'd attack you in a group of 3, and you have to fight them. They're kind of difficult depending on your level and what kind of gear you got, but they weren't too hard. And on the flip side of things, the Talon Company would attack you if you were too good. They're the ones I've fucked with the most. I guess I tend to almost always do the good guy playthroughs when it comes to Fallout. It's not often I go around just killing everything. I should probably get into that sometime, but they were always harder to me than the regulators were. They had something similar in New Vegas, but it was more faction-based. Like, if you didn't like the Legion, if you had bad karma with the Legion, you'd run into a random group of them and have to fight them. On the flip side, it was at the NCR, but they'd give you, like, a warning. It's kind of cool, like, when you first have the NCR group come and, like, address you for being against the NCR, they'd give you, like, a few in-game days to, like, get your karma good with them. It's kind of interesting. I like the take that they took on it. Another idea I had was the speech checks. Like, say you have 20 in your speech, and your speech percentage is like 20% of successfully getting that information. Maybe because you're a super evil character, instead of being at that 20%, your character now has like a 30% chance, or something like that. You get a higher percentage because you're evil. People are afraid of you. They're more willing to give up information. And on the flip side, if you are a really good character, it'll maybe just be like the normal, like it'll be just the normal 20%, and you're more reliant on the perks, like, like Lady Killer or Confirmed Bachelor or The Little Man, The Child at Heart, all those ones that would come up in, the older Fallout games as like dialogue choices to pass speech checks and get information. Maybe because you're a really good character, you're more reliant on those perks now. Another idea I had was, say you're too good or too evil, you might be locked off from certain locations. Towns might shun you, might not let you in. Maybe people won't even talk to you if you're too good or too evil. So, like, for example, a major place like Rivet City from Fallout 3, that's a major part of the story. Maybe you can't go there if you're too evil because that's mostly a good person location. There are probably a few evil people there, but for the most part, it's good people. And then, like, on the flip side, if you're too good, you couldn't go to a place like Paradise Falls, which is like the slavers, and, they're obviously bad karma people, evil people, so you can't access that location because you were too good. So do I feel like the karma system should return in the next Fallout game, or maybe even Elder Scrolls? I do. I think if they tweak it a little bit, make it right, improve it, then definitely, for sure. It was kind of weird for me. Skyrim was my very first jump into the Elder Scrolls series, and it's kind of different to, like, be able to steal anything I want, and there's no repercussions. Even if the karma system wasn't super impactful on your playthrough, it's still kind of weird to have nothing happen. It's like, as long as nobody's seen me, I'm good. If you get caught, obviously you get, like, people bitch at you or you get attacked or whatever. And it's even weirder for me, and I think a lot of people, when we jumped into Fallout 4, and there's no karma system at all. Because it was in, 3 New Vegas. There's probably some sort of karma system in the older games. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people don't care. They didn't really give a shit whether it was in Fallout 4 or not. But it was just so different for me because I played the shit out of 3 New Vegas. Even if it didn't do a whole lot, it was always there. It's just kind of expected. So that's my video, guys, about the different ways they could improve the karma system should it return in the next Fallout game. Let me know what you guys think below. If you would like to see the karma system come back like it used to be, if you'd like to see it come back improved, maybe with some of the ways I mentioned in this video, maybe you got your own ideas of how they can improve the karma system, definitely leave those below. If you went on to enjoy the video, guys, give it a thumbs up for some good karma or bad karma. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Follow me on Twitter. Links to my social networks are in the description. And the outro. Later, guys.
To conclusions, all the things that we thought we were losing. I'm a ghost and you know this. That's why we broke up in the first place. 'Cause